You are now tuned into Like What the Fuck podcast.
Hello.
And this week, we're going to be talking about the new era of men.
And how they are just disgusting. Always been disgusting.
I mean, yeah.
I get now why our parents are like, boys are gross when we're little. Because it's the truth. We go through our little phase where we just so obsessed with them, but
no. So yeah, we really want to understand why these men are just having such trouble finding wives and acting like they got some sense. Because I feel like, I'm not gonna say all women have it together, but for the most part, women kind of got a plan in place, got some sense about them,
Doesn't
and the
even have to be a
men,
plan. It's more so just common sense.
yeah.
Not even a plan. A lot of women don't have plans. We just, for some reason, have emotional intelligence and, just common sense, treat someone how you want to be treated type of thing. I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand how there's like so many brother-sister duos raised the same, raised together. Why are they turning out so differently?
Yeah. Well, I think, the basis of that is the way people are parenthood we talked about last week. So we're really going to dive deeper into the men. So how do you feel about the new era of men and like this whole conversation around them being fatherless, or if they did have their fathers in the home, why are they coming out so toxic? Like the toxic masculinity has been like a whole meme at this point.
I think this like new batch, these like young guys, this new batch that's coming out, not even like, I feel like from 20 to about 40, 35, this is like that generation that is fully raised by their mothers. Like, we're at that point. We're like past the point of like, maybe your dad left the store to go get some milk and never came back, but your grandpa was there, your uncle was there. These are the guys that the grandpa wasn't there because the grandpa was the one that left your mama to go to the store and get some milk and never came back. So no grandpas, no uncles, no really men around. I feel like these are the batch of men the first batch that are like fully raised by women, like a village of women, which is good because you got the support, but not good on the outcome of how they act. And I just feel like the ones that did have a dad, it's like these dads didn't have dads. So they're teaching their sons just coming out their ass, like don't even know what they're doing. And it's just ruining them even more. Like, what are you even saying? And then I just feel like, women are just happy they have a man in the house. So they're just like, yeah, what your daddy said. Yeah. It's like, no, y'all are both dumb. I feel like you should have to take a test and get tested and do a lot more to have children. Like, but that's their plan. That's whoever they are want us to keep repopulating. But I feel like in a perfect world, you need to take a test to be able to have a child. Multiple, it shouldn't be as easy as it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Having children should be on like college level. Like you need to take some classes for that shit and figure it out. But I just think this is the sassy era.
Okay, so with this new TikTok trend of calling men sassy, which they hate,
which they are,
but they are sassy. Drake. Do you feel like they're sassy because they were raised by their mothers?
I think so. I really think so. It's just it doesn't make any sense. And it's one thing if you mimic because that's all you know, but it's another thing to damn near disrespect the gender in all, but not even just the gender, your mother as well. Disrespect the people who raised you. Like, you would think because we basically created them, raised them all, they would look at us like queens. They would look at us like utmost respect. They literally hate us. And it's like they use the sassiness they learned from us against us.
Yeah.
It's like, no, boo.
I think, you know, I think that not just Black men, but I'm speaking from, my perspective
Mm-hmm.
of being in the Black community, that in some way, like, whether your father was married to your mother for 50 years or not, or whether, you were raised by a single mom, that this whole idea that pretty much the mother has to take on more of the household work, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I think that they're not really taught to value us. Like, unless a boy sees a man, his father, like
Appreciating
worship his
his
mother,
mother.
like worship, not just appreciate, like
Yes. Worship. You're
worship his,
right.
like go out of
Right.
the way to like make sure that she's like provided for,
Yes, that's a good
cared for,
point.
appreciated. They
Yes.
expect that unconsciously, subconsciously, whichever term is
They think it's just
correct.
supposed to be that.
They think that, oh, you're supposed to work hard.
You're
You're
supposed to
supposed
do
to break
this.
back. You're supposed to get up every day and make everybody's lunches and fold everybody's clothes. And no.
And you know also where it stems from as well? Having sisters. These boys
Mm-hmm.
aren't taught to, cherish and protect their sister. Like, they're not taught that. Some, but for the most part, no. That's just like your sibling, and it is what it is. And
Mm-hmm.
blase, blah. Like, no, it's so many things that could be the issue. The mother son relationship that we discussed last week. That's pretty toxic. That
Mm-hmm.
has a lot to do with it, and why they're so sassy as well. Because my mama never told me nothing, so you can't tell me anything. It's so many things, but that what
Mm-hmm.
you just said, I didn't think about that. That is a great point. Their fathers are not worshiping and showing that their mother. This is like this. You're lucky. Like, you're lucky, and you should be grateful to have this type of mother. And I'm gonna appreciate her, and I'm gonna show you how to appreciate
Mm-hmm.
her and future women. They're not taught, girl. Mm-mm. And I think another issue is they kind of, what's the word I can say? They kind of, grow a hatred for their mother because sadly, us as women have to be the mom and the dad. So,
Yeah.
there's a different, I just think there's a barrier, just period. Even people who have a mom and dad in the house, usually, if you're a boy, your dad's probably going to whoop you. If your mom whoops, it's just kind of
Yeah.
not really a thing. So your mom having to do all this stuff, you kind of like, as a boy, I feel like starting to look at her and like degrade her in your head because you yourself, it's not like adding up
Yeah.
in your mind. You probably can't even understand it. But in
Yeah.
your head, you're just like, this isn't right. And you kind of look at her like,
It's her fault. Yeah,
yeah,
because I
it's
will
her
say,
fault.
I think that there is a level of like cognitive dissonance in men,
Mm-hmm.
and I think with the cognitive dissonance, there, like, I was watching this TikTok, and this girl, she was like, it's hard when I've been in relationships and I'm trying to get a man to understand my emotions. Like, yeah, he's thinking logically, he's coming up with a solution on how to solve a problem, but there's a level of cognitive dissonance because even if you understand like how to logically solve my problem, there's a disconnect when it comes to the actual emotional piece.
Oh, girl, they're so stupid.
And that can go, and that can be applied to so many different.
Everything, girl, just them. They think helping, not doing it, helping clean the house up is like, oh, let me clean the house up so she doesn't tell me another night tonight. No, do it because it's your house too. Like,
Yeah.
they literally are missing brain cells. It
Yeah.
doesn't, I don't get it. But is that also from, their mom having to damn near bribe them as children? If you do this, sweetie, then you'll get this. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
it's from how they were
Or
raised.
or if you think about it, like when a boy does something, how people are like, "Oh my God, yay!"
And
Like
just
all this,
praise
like
them.
they
Mm-hmm.
they they look for praise in
Yeah.
the things that they do, and it's just like when a woman, like, as a girlfriend or wife doesn't do that, then that's when you see them get upset and be like,
Yeah.
well, she doesn't appreciate anything I do. She never says thank you. Like, I had an ex once. He like cleaned the apartment one of the few times he ever did that shit. And he was like, I cleaned up. And I was like, yeah, you're supposed to clean up. I'm not gonna
Girl,
pat you on the back for that shit.
like,
Like,
please be fucking for real. Oh, you cleaned up your mess? Oh my God, thank you.
exactly, like you were home all day, loser. That
Girl.
girl, these
Girl, and
men
it's
are
in no way are we trying to like put the blame on women. No, we're women ourselves. We're just trying
no.
to really figure out. I mean, at the end of the day, it really is still the man's fault
I mean,
because the fathers ain't
I
there
hope that people gather from this that we're not just blaming this on women. Like
at
we're
all.
not even coming at women at this point. Like at this
Mm-mm.
and with this information, really we're pointing a finger at men because it's always this conversation of women should have picked better or like how are you telling me that I should pick better when y'all know, like, if anybody knows, men know the manipulation hoops that
Mm-hmm.
men jump through in order to get women to do something that they want them to do, or get them to change, or get them to be a certain way. Men know how each other operate and manipulate. How dare you sit in my face and be like, well, you should have just picked better?
Yeah, I
Because
think
men
it's
can't disguise
easier.
their actions
I think
here.
it's just easier for them to be dogs. I can see maybe 12-year-old little boy who understands not everything about life, but he has a common, normal understanding about, my mom and my dad and this, and that. I could see him having a little hatred towards his mom growing up. A little boy, 12, 13, not fully understanding. But when you become a man and you realize and you get around your peers and see how men manipulate and leave their children, like there should be a 180 turnaround
Right.
and be like, first off, apologize to your mother and just start treating women with respect. Once you
Right.
see how other men are, it's like once they see how other men are, they're like, oh, cool. I'm just gonna hang out here with y'all. Like it's not like
Yeah. I could never be in a situation where I'm out with you and you clearly have a partner and I'm about to be in your presence while you're full on cheating on your partner, full on like I'm just not going to say anything.
crazy.
Like the way these dudes be like turning a blind eye, it's like this weird frat boys club where they just all look out for each other and they all support each other through all the
Girl.
that they do, and then they want to turn around and be like, well, you should have picked better. Like,
Mm-mm.
where does that make sense?
Girl, at this point, it's not even a blind eye. They're happy that their homie is cheating on their girl. Like they're ecstatic about it. It's almost like you want him. Like it's like, yeah, like cheat on every bitch because like none of them are worth like just crazy. It's not even a blind eye. They
Yeah.
are happy.
And then I think it also goes back to the lack of emotional intelligence has a huge part to play in like all of this, all of these actions that these men choose to display. Because I just feel like it's like, yeah, I cheated on her, but like I still love her though. Like she the
How?
one I'm gonna
Like
go home to.
yeah,
Like,
you're
where does that
slow.
make sense? Like y'all just don't even make
But
sense. And it's like when you don't have a empathetic bone in your body, that's when you get this like stupid ass like logic that these men be on other podcasts spewing around and saying to each other and support each other with. Like it just don't even be making sense to me.
you know what I think of when I think of that? It's kind of like I don't know if you remember now. Remember Love and Basketball when Quincy was like in college and
Uh-huh.
the mom had the picture. He went home and visited the mom, and he obviously had been cheating on the mama since Quincy was a kid, and
Forever.
you
Yeah.
know, but she finally got pictures, and she was all messed up, and
Mm-hmm.
he like damn near still kind of defended his dad. It's like
Yeah.
y'all, why do y'all fight to the death? Like I
Yeah.
just don't get it.
The
If y'all,
boys club has to die. I'm sorry.
girl, like
Like because literally there are men that have, I've even dated men who have admitted to me that like, yeah, there's just certain things that like I'm gonna teach my son that, he would never, I would tell him that he can never say, let his mom know that we do. It's like, what? Like
what?
what the
What?
fuck be wrong with y'all? Like Why do y'all insist on living double lives? Why don't y'all just be real and go find somebody that's cool with the shit that you do? Because
Like,
there is the
yeah.
pick me out there who is gonna be willing to be your
Deal with that. I want
full
that.
time home slave, your full time baby expender. Like y'all be weird. Just find a bitch that is cool with that.
I
But no,
just feel
y'all be
like
trying to put that on women that don't want no parts of that.
if you
Weird.
can't be down for your mom, you definitely can't be down for like it's niggas out here that can't even not even down for their mama. Like I know people personally that have watched their parents, their dad, not their parents, their
Mm-hmm.
dad cheat on their mom for years, babies and all, around the sibling. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of both bad on the parents' part because it's kind of like you put me in. It's not even as a these kids are adults; they're like children, so it's kind of like bad on the father's part. But how you don't tell your mama? Like, I don't care if I'm 4, daddy is doing this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really bad because it's mostly the boys that can keep the
Yeah.
secrets. Like this specific situation I'm thinking of, all the boys knew. The dad wanted to keep the secret from the daughter so bad because he knew she would rat
Mm.
ASAP. So what is wrong with these people? Like, why do y'all hate y'all's mothers? That's really the big question. Why do y'all hate y'all mothers? That's what it's giving.
It's given. Why do y'all hate y'all's mothers? But why do y'all hate women so bad?
Because they
Like,
hate their mothers. I think that's the start.
I don't know, because I've seen instances where it's like, oh, my mom is the queen. There's no woman like my mom. Nobody could ever. Because there's that
Yeah,
point of view too. Like
I think that'd
where
be
they
so.
think their mom is the end all, the be all, and like no woman can ever come in between him
I
and his
think that
mom.
be the ones that want the mama to be the girlfriend. So
True. True.
that's the only reason that's like that because they want their mom. I don't
Mm.
know. I mean, obviously, I know some guys that have like I don't know. I don't think every single man hates and disrespects their mother, but it's not. I don't know too many men that are just like, and they'll put up a good front. Oh, my mama, day one, Instagram posts, all that, but like, you don't really care about your mom.
You don't really like that lady.
You don't really care about your mom. You
Yeah.
don't. You see her as a woman, and that's that. But
Mm.
I think another issue is the men think that they have so many options because we outnumber them.
Yeah. And I think there's social media and the access to dating sites has made it
Mm-hmm.
even worse because it's like
Girl,
you can swipe and
corn,
find a new bitch.
corn. Y'all know what I mean when I say corn. I
Porn.
don't know about YouTube violations. Girl, the access to corn, social media, they're in la la land. And it's not really like that out here for y'all. Y'all
Yeah,
see that.
not
That's why
at
y'all have
all.
to go on apps. That's why y'all have to go on apps because
Mm-hmm.
y'all can't just approach women and they like you and won't you. That's y'all know y'all don't got it like that.
Yeah.
Please stop. Please.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's dissect a little bit more.
So shouldn't they treat women better because they're raised by them? Like,
Girl, you would think so.
one, like if your mother is the one that, you know, raised
Birth
you,
them.
birthed you,
Literally, we're portals. Yeah.
why don't they respect us?
Why are we not treated like queens on this planet? It does not
Mm-hmm.
make sense to me. Everything that we do, you would think it would literally be the opposite. We would get the opposite treatment, like even down to protection.
Yeah.
Everything we do to like protect it, like just daily things we have to do, is because of trying to avoid a man. Like, oh, let me not put this on, and let me get in before this time to avoid about no woman. Like, it's all these men.
Yeah.
Y'all are scary. Please stop.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
want us to lower our standards, but also want us to pick better. How did that
Yeah.
work?
That whole concept just, yeah. It's like it's because they know. They literally know. They
They know
know
the
that they're
manipulation
fucking
game.
trash. It's like at every turn, it's like y'all need to lower your standards. You're asking for too much, and you're doing too much, and it's blah 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 blah. So you want me
And
to
they
pick
love to bring
better?
up money.
but you want me to lower my, how do the two, again, cognitive dissonance, how do the two go together? Pick better but lower my
And
standards.
they love to say the lower the standards part is about money. No, babe. No. It's so many women out here. If y'all actually took the time to understand women, it's so many women out here that just want a guy to treat her good. Like a stand-up man. It's
Yeah.
so many women out here. Like money, trust me, happiness is way more important than money. And women get that.
Yeah.
It's so many. If you just was a stand-up guy, that it's fine. But we resort to money.
If two people came together that were making minimum wage or making just enough to get by, if they came together and they combined their resources,
that'd be good.
They would be able to live just fine.
But this is what I'll say, and I think this is what they don't understand. We result to men having to have money because it's kind of like a job. Like, I gotta deal with your fucking bullshit. You're gonna pay.
Yeah.
This isn't free at this point. So
yeah,
you better have some money for to put me through hell.
yeah,
I'm over that. I'm over that. And I'm only 23. I'm over
yeah.
that type of situation. But yeah, that's why you need to have money. We're not just gold digging
We're not
whores,
just
as you
all
love to
gold
call
digging
us.
whores.
We are not just gold digging whores. No, you need to have something needs to be beneficial in this situation. Like I said, where is everybody from? I need to know before I pick. How much money do you have? Matter of fact, how much money is in everybody's account? The fuck? Girl, and they just be, what is wrong with y'all's brain cells? The amount of men I've heard say they can have a baby without a woman.
Oh, if I hear that one more time, I swear to God, I'm a fucking pull out the science book. I mean, honestly, just pull out the Google interviewer that has a man that comes on their podcast that says that they can have a man by themselves. To pull up Google. Let's really see,
baby.
Because you don't got the parts for it. I promise you don't.
Down. Pull your pants down.
You don't got the parts for it, baby.
Are you implying that it's gonna be all C-sections? Like, I'm just confused. What are you saying? It doesn't even work like that. Like,
it does not work like that. Scientifically, it's literally impossible.
Even if you could get a baby implanted in you, you still need. You're basically a surrogate. Is that what you're trying to say? You still need us.
It's
still
still
need the eggs and stuff from us.
If all the women decided to board a ship and leave this planet and leave all the men here, they would die. They would literally die. It's physically impossible.
Girl, they're already dying. They're so lonely.
A man cannot carry a baby. A baby cannot be incubated for too long in a fucking science laboratory without being inseminated in a woman. It's literally impossible.
Yeah, babe, it's giving slow. I can't even believe these women want to, like, some of these women want to lay with these men.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm really over procreation at this point.
I would love, free. I would love to have a pick-me on here one day and just really explain her psychological, game behind it all. Like, what do you get out? Like,
we should have an interview with a pick-me. That'd be fun.
Shame-free. I don't get it. Like, they're literally retarded, and they want us to teach them. Like, why do they want a mom for the rest of their life? What is it about that? You don't even like your real mom. Why do you want me to be your mom? You don't like me.
Because they enjoy the fruits of doing absolutely the bare minimum. That's why.
I don't get that. I really don't get that. They hate being told what to do. They want to be the authority so bad.
But ain't got no direction. How you want to be the authority and ain't got no motherfucking direction? That's the one that be killing.
What are you leading? That's the issue.
Leading us to hell.
If we were the leaders, we would be rocking this shit. This shit would be. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some women that should not be leaders because the emotional pick-me's. But if we got the right mindset, did some few obstacles to see if you can, just like they do with these men. You don't just become the president like that.
Nope.
You go through the same test and all the stuff to see if you can handle everything. We be rocking this shit, and that's what they're scared of. They're scared. It gets sad. Even the biggest leaders are scared that if women were in control, we would do it so much better than them.
Oh yeah.
I just don't get it. Like, we literally should be worshipped. Where is the planet where the women are being worshipped? It's like, how do y'all not see us as superwomen? Y'all don't do shit. Y'all don't do anything. We're doing it
Because
all.
some of those moms some of those pick-me's became moms, and they told their sons that they were the fucking prize. And it's a lie. And society has told them that they're the leader and they're so strong and they're so smart and they're so capable. And it's just not the case, babe.
Girl, can we talk about how these entertainers still think that we're in like 2005, like where you can just degrade women? Like Drake's new
Oh,
album,
Drake,
babe. No, we're not doing that anymore.
coming at Meg,
Coming
coming
at
at
Serena.
Serena.
What are you doing?
Like the crazy part about it, and it really makes me think, wow, you're really a bitter ass bitch, Drake. Like, cause it's really weird. Like the whole time that they were in a relationship, he low-key didn't want to even claim her, first of all.
Girl.
That's the weird thing. I'm like, you didn't even really want to claim her because of the things that people were saying about her. You didn't even stand up and defend your woman when
Girl.
you had her. We're talking about years later. She has a kindergartner at this point. You're talking
Girl.
shit.
Because they be so hurt. They be thinking these women is like, oh, you can't do better than me.
It's giving bitter bitch. Her nigga, sorry, he's not a nigga. Her man is a billionaire. Fuck out of here.
And so is she. Almost, if not
And
yet.
she is one of the top paid athletes of all time.
That's the issue.
Get the fuck out of here. You know what? But it's really, you know what it's really giving? Drake really giving like bitch boy, like sub tease. Cause I feel like in my true heart of hearts, Drake said that line because he's so mad that Meg never fucked him, never gave him a chance. Like it's given he wants her to dominate him, and she just said, I'm gonna pass. Thank you.
Because
But
look what you
thank
do.
you.
You can't keep your mouth closed.
But look at how he acts. Why would anybody want to?
That's exactly. Meg was smart. Exactly. You don't even keep your mouth closed. You're exposing me because I didn't fuck with you. So imagine what you would have said if I did.
Right.
Look what you said about Serena, and she fucked with you.
Right. And then I was even thinking about like how he dropped it, like made it public knowledge that he used to date SZA. It's like,
okay,
no
like,
one knows,
girl,
and no one knew that
I'm
because until you said that, and there's no actual proof of that, and it's so weird that you would ever even mention that, lady. Like he just gives sub bitch boy tease, and that's just how I feel about it. It's really weird. It's really clout chasey.
I just think that us as women are done with the psychological torment of men. We're no longer accepting emotionally incompetent men. Like, we're good.
Pretty much.
And I just feel like in the end, if they don't change, this is the thing. I love how they say we're gonna die alone, or we're gonna die alone with cats.
No, y'all are gonna die alone.
So if we're dying alone, who y'all dying with?
Yeah. But guess what? Y'all are gonna die alone with your fucking boys club, but we're gonna die together. The women are gonna die together in communities,
Girl,
with
literally.
love and support for one another.
Literally. And y'all
Y'all
women
don't have
already,
real friendships and relationships.
baby, they don't even have relationships with their children. Y'all ain't even gonna have nobody to visit y'all in the nursing home. That's gonna be on y'all state health care because y'all don't want to work, because y'all don't want to pay child support and get caught up in that. And you never want to meet your kids, so you're not gonna even have no visitors. You're gonna even have a decent person to wipe your ass because the place you're gonna be in is gonna be probably so shitty while the women are at
Honestly, Social
home.
Security is supposed to be going away anyway. So
Oh wow.
they're not
I
even
don't
gonna
even,
have nowhere to stay.
I don't even want to get started on the government. Oh wow.
We'll
That's
we'll we'll,
news
we'll
to
pivot
me.
to that another time.
Girl.
But
So
I'm
what's
just
happening? Are people that
saying,
have been
you
saving
know,
their
like
social
it's not even given like you're gonna be able to live comfortably in a fucking assisted living. Like, bitch, you're gonna be homeless on the
I
street.
just feel like even it's not even a point of bashing them and saying you're going to be homeless, you're going to be that. Even the ones that are the most rich, I haven't seen every interview I've seen Shaq do within the past year. He's talking
Hmm.
about how he's in this huge house. He's so lonely. He messed up the best thing he had. He misses his kids and his ex-wife, basically Shawnee and all the kids, and it's the worst mistake he ever made, and don't be stupid, and all these people are literally praising him because he's admitting his wrongs. And it's like, okay, cool, but he's literally like in his 50s. Like, I would hope he always admitted his wrongs, but we know he didn't. When he was in his prime, he probably didn't give a fuck, and now he does, because now he's in this huge fucking mansion alone. So regardless if you're dying rich and alone, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, they loved it. Like, we just know how to express our emotions more, but they're just as emotional as us. So they feel it. They
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 feel
most
it worse
definitely.
because they don't even deal with it. I think
Oh baby.
that's the truth
Hmm.
of the matter. Like,
They be having so many shit stuck in their throat, can't get it out because they don't even know how. Baby, it be worse. They be
sure
having
do.
that shitty cry, baby. It be stuck, fucking face strained. They don't even know what to do.
Ripe age of 13. I would be shook right now if I had a baby and I had to do that shit by myself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's no fucking way. That baby would have been
Baby.
dropped off at whoever his daddy's house was, because I ain't doing it. I ain't got it in me.
Mm-mm.
So we're lucky
We
that
are.
no one ever decided to slip up, because couldn't be me, child.
And it's not just us young women. Like, I'm so happy that so many older women are like liberating themselves and leaving their husbands at 50, at 60, even at 70. Like,
Hmm.
these women are done. They're
Hmm.
done. They're like, even if I only have 20 more years to live, I'm not living them with you.
Yeah.
Literally, they are over it. These
I
narcissists, like
love that the
all these.
shame has been stripped back, because I feel like
Yes.
before, another reason why they stayed with their husbands, because they felt like shame and people would look at them
Hmm.
funny and talk about them, and no,
Hmm.
get your peace of mind,
Yeah.
babe. Go be
It's
happy.
like the world is so fucked up at this point. I could give a fuck less about you judging me because I left my husband,
Yeah.
when you need to leave yours too. Like, where if they're over the, oh, what are people going to say? They don't care about that no more, because that life isn't like that no more. Life isn't like the 1950s, where if you don't see your husband walking out your house every morning, what's going on with Mary Jo down the street? Her husband hasn't been home in 3 days. Like, that's not even life anymore. Like, we don't even have
Mm-mm.
houses. 70-year-olds are living in apartments at this
Mm.
point.
Yeah.
So nobody cares about you shaming me. Be happy. That's the
Yes.
only thing that you could really shame me about. And I'll be like, damn, you right. And go figure out how to do that. Being happy and being at peace. I just at this point can't let anything at 23. I don't want to let nobody disrupt my peace.
Nope.
These little years, this be the years you let nigga, fuck your life up because what do you have to lose? Oh, fun. No.
No.
Over it already.
Honestly,
Didn't even barely
not.
entered.
I would say I hope that the girls between my age and yours really hear me and hear me clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let that dick traumatize you and keep you stuck in these cycles with these miserable ass men. Because that's the thing too. Like, women will be in these relationships and they'll be like, "Oh, I just felt so off the entire time I was with him." It's because he's giving you his negative, poor energy
Mm-hmm.
through his
Energy
penis.
vampires. Energy vampires. Like, they literally suck the life out of you. I've
There's
had it
no
happen.
reason there should be a trend on TikTok where girls are losing their asses because they fucking with trifling ass dudes. Back to the
We're gonna
spread
circle
thin
back on a
challenge.
whole spread thin video, because that is just, please stop embarrassing yourself.
Please.
Please.
I seen
And y'all are
another girl.
all so
I
young.
seen another girl pop up today where she like something I'll never do for a man again, and literally it was a thread of her sending Cash App after Apple Pay
Mm-mm.
after Apple Pay after Apple Pay.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, why are you
Girl.
funding these men?
This
This
is
is
this
not
is
the direction that the money should be flowing. What is going on?
this is how I think we should end this. And I think as men, y'all need to like figure out what's the issue with this. In 2022, this is the common conversation with a woman and a man. Woman, you never buy me flowers. Man, you never buy me flowers either. What?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Why do you want flowers? Did your mother buy you flowers as a child? And then they come with your daddy didn't buy you flowers as a child.
That don't mean I don't want it now.
They're
So
very
I'm just supposed to never have
combative.
flowers because my daddy didn't buy me flowers.
They are very combative. They're very sassy.
Sassy.
They think that they are on to something, but they're not. They really think they're like on. Like, oh no, we on you, bitch. We on you, bitch. Today
No,
now.
y'all on a way to being alone and fucking
What?
sad and dusty.
They really think like talking back to us and doing this and that is like they really on to some new shit, and y'all look so motherfucking goofy and stupid. Are you okay? Are you okay? It honestly is baffling. And women, that this does not mean that we need to turn masculine at
Not at all.
all, because I see
Not
that
at all.
happening too. And we just need to stay how we are. We need to find hobbies. We need to find something to do. The world does not revolve around men. I also want the social media. One thing I will say about men, they don't think about us all day. On their timelines, it's not, this is how you get a girl to go crazy. Now I won't lie. They kind of amping it up now. The
It's coming.
podcast and
They
stuff.
out there. Mm-hmm.
They amping it up with that. But for the most part, babe, they ain't making a bunch of videos about us and crying about us and how to get us back. They're not sitting around figuring that out. They is having fun doing what they want to do.
Mm-mm.
And I want us to do that too. I want that for us.
Yeah.
Our life
I
definitely.
really, if I could wish anything on this generation of women that are in the world dating, I would wish that they start dating like men. Like when dudes see one little red flag, oh, they be out. They be like, oh, she, I don't know,
I didn't
whatever
like the hair on
fucking
her
dumb ass.
toe. I
Yeah,
didn't like the hair on her second toe. I had to go like.
yeah. So I had to done. I had to.
Not saying be that specific, but just when you see things you don't like, leave. Just like a
Leave.
man. If
Stop
you cheat
giving
on a
them
man,
chances.
he's going to leave you.
Do not give these men the benefit of the doubt. If there's anything that I learned in my 20s, do not give a man a benefit of the doubt. Do not stick around. Do not keep giving these men chances. You see one thing, one red flag, immediately goodbye.
I
Immediate.
low-key think it's a smoke and mirror with that too, though, because you'd be surprised how many men stay after you dog them out. I just think we should all be treating people good. I'm not trying to, but men ain't really all about what the talk. They be saying.
If you could get what you want out of these men, get it, because they're gonna get what they want out of you
At this point. But please stop falling in love with these dusties. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I just want you to like really
this whole
sit
idea
back.
of holding them down.
I want you to really sit back, women, ladies, and like reconsider and replan out your whole life. Everything you thought you wanted, replan it out. If you don't have enough money to take care of you in your bank account, you shouldn't be thinking about having a child. Because honestly, the material of men out here, it's not even worth it. They're not even. So if you don't have enough money, because at the end of the day, sadly, we still get left with the, responsibility. If they want to leave, if they want to stay, we'll be taking care of 2 kids at that point. So you don't have enough money in your account to take care of you. You shouldn't be thinking about a kid. You shouldn't be thinking like. I know we've been fed this like fairy tale. I think we're gonna make a video about that, more so like a realistic fairy tale. We've been fed this fairy tale our whole life. Our mothers, our grandmothers, everybody's been fed this fairy tale, and it's not real. But we can make a realistic fairy tale. A fairy tale for us should just be wanting to be happy, and whatever that means. A man does not mean happiness. A man does not mean happily ever after. That is not the end all be all. And I want us to start. I think that we're kind of getting it, but we really need. I think it's kind of like we're stuck. Like, okay, so what is it? It's you. You are your life partner. You are your, happily ever after. It's you. Like, yeah, you literally die alone. Whether you're
Yep.
sleeping next to somebody or not, y'all don't die at the same time. You die alone. So if you die alone at 80 years old and you're holding up all this anger at your husband who cheated on you in 1920 with Betty down the street,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody, why hold up all that? Why? We're
Mm-hmm.
blessed to be able to work for ourselves now, which, yuck, but we're blessed to be able to do that and take care of ourselves. We really don't need men for anything. So I just want y'all to look at it as if this man is not literally not benefiting me, making
Adding.
my life better,
Yeah.
adding on to my life. I don't need him. If
Yeah.
he is not adding on to my life, I do not need him. You do not need him.
You don't.
We're not, no. And I agree. I think it should be, in a healthy relationship, you should also be adding and making theirs better as well. But
Of course.
it's not many that are doing that.
Yeah.
It's many that are fucking our lives up, and they do it on purpose, and they hunt. Be careful, women, because they hunt women who have their shit together, because
Yep.
they hate that. They hate that you have your shit together, and they want to bring you down, humble you. All
All
they
that.
should be focused on working. They be thinking about the wrong shit. Why is you sitting here focused on humbling me and doing this and that? Baby, go to work.
Humble yourself.
Go somewhere. Please. Please go to work. Please go in that child room and teach them something. Stop trying to break me down. So protect yourself, protect your spirit, protect your pockets, protect your homes. Please, women, because it's a pandemic with the men right now.
Yep.
They are literally a virus. They've been, but I think more women are really opening their eyes and realizing that it's something wrong with them, and that's good. That's a start. Because I really thought we had no hope about a year or two ago. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we were just still continuing to deal with them, and
Mm-hmm.
that was that. It wasn't really y'all are seeing that, oh, I can do this on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm actually really happy and satisfied. Oh,
Yep.
yes. So, with that being said, thank you so much for listening to Like What the Fuck podcast.
Yes.
We will see you guys next week with a poppin' topic.
Yes.
And we hope you guys tune in. Bye.
Bye.